How did a man born to a humble family in rural New York become the world's first billionaire? This isn't your run-of-the-mill rags-to-riches tale. This is the story of John D. Rockefeller, a man whose name is synonymous with wealth and power. Picture a young boy growing up in the mid-19th century. His family is modest, his beginnings humble. Yet this boy would grow up to become the richest man in history when adjusted for inflation. From his first investment in a small oil refinery, he went on to build a business empire that would forever change the landscape of American industry. But his journey was not without its challenges. Each step of the way was marked by bold decisions, shrewd business strategies, and yes, controversy. The legacy he left behind? A complex tapestry of wealth, philanthropy, and power. Join us as we delve into the life and legacy of John D. Rockefeller. Born in 1839, John D. Rockefeller's journey to wealth and power began in the most unlikely of places. His cradle was the rustic landscape of Richford, New York, a humble beginning for someone who would go on to shape the world's economic landscape. His father, William Avery Rockefeller, was a traveling salesman who sold elixirs, often absent from home. His mother, Eliza Davison Rockefeller, carried the household's burden, managing the family's limited resources and instilling in young John the virtues of thrift, discipline, and hard work. These early lessons in frugality and diligence would prove instrumental in shaping Rockefeller's business philosophy. Despite the family's financial constraints, Eliza Davison Rockefeller prioritized her children's education. John attended Owego Academy in New York, where he showed a knack for numbers. His academic prowess, however, was not limited to mathematics. He also demonstrated a keen interest in English and debate, skills that would later serve him well in the boardroom. But it wasn't just formal education that shaped the young Rockefeller. From an early age, he displayed an entrepreneurial spirit. He would buy candy in bulk and sell it to his peers for a profit. He raised turkeys, sold potatoes, and even loaned small sums of money to neighbors at an interest. These early ventures were not just about making money. They were lessons in economics, teaching him the principles of supply and demand, profit and loss, and the value of hard work. Rockefeller's early life was not without hardship, but he met adversity head-on, using it as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. He once said, "I do not think that there is any other quality so essential to success of any kind as the quality of perseverance. It overcomes almost everything, even nature." So, from the rural landscape of Richford to the bustling streets of Cleveland, where he would later establish his oil empire, Rockefeller's journey was marked by an unyielding spirit and a relentless pursuit of success. These early experiences laid the groundwork for Rockefeller's business acumen. The year 1870 marked a turning point in Rockefeller's life and the American oil industry. With the formation of Standard Oil, a new era began, an era that would be dominated by this mighty corporation. Standard Oil was born out of a partnership between John D. Rockefeller, his brother William, and several other investors. The company was established at a time when the oil industry was still young and chaotic, and Rockefeller saw an opportunity to bring order to this chaos. He had a vision of an integrated oil company that controlled every aspect of the industry, from drilling to refining to distribution. Rockefeller was a shrewd businessman, and he employed a variety of strategies to achieve his vision. One such strategy was horizontal integration, where he bought out his competitors to reduce competition and increase his market share. He also practiced vertical integration, controlling every step of the production process to reduce costs and increase efficiency. The Industrial Revolution played a significant role in Rockefeller's success. The increasing demand for oil, fueled by technological advancements and the growth of the railroad industry, provided a ripe market for Standard Oil. The company thrived in this environment, and by 1880, it controlled about 90% of the US oil industry. But Rockefeller didn't stop there. He continued to expand his empire, entering into partnerships with railroad companies and investing in new technologies. He was always one step ahead, always looking for ways to improve his business and increase his profits. However, it wasn't just his business strategies that made Rockefeller successful. His relentless drive, his unwavering belief in his vision, and his willingness to take risks set him apart from his competitors. He was a man of ambition, a man who was not afraid to challenge the status quo and push the boundaries of what was possible. Rockefeller's business practices would forever change the landscape of American industry. He showed the world what it meant to be a titan of industry, setting a precedent for future entrepreneurs and businessmen. His story is a testament to the power of vision, ambition, and strategic thinking. It's a story that continues to inspire and captivate, even over a century later. With great power comes great scrutiny, and Rockefeller was no exception. John D. Rockefeller's business practices were often the subject of intense debate. His success was marred by accusations of monopolistic tendencies, which led to numerous legal challenges. The most notorious among these was the 1911 Supreme Court case, which ultimately resulted in the breakup of Standard Oil. Rockefeller's critics accused him of employing predatory pricing, a practice where a company lowers its prices to drive competitors out of the market. Once the competition was out of the way, it was alleged that Rockefeller would hike prices exponentially. This strategy, if true, was both ruthless and devastatingly effective, allowing Standard Oil to control a staggering 90% of all oil refineries in the United States by the late 19th century. This monopolistic control did not sit well with the public or the government. In 1906, the federal government filed a case against Standard Oil under the Sherman Antitrust Act. The Act, which was passed in 1890, was designed to combat the economic threat posed by monopolies. It was the first federal act that outlawed monopolistic business practices. The government's case against Standard Oil was a landmark moment in American corporate history. After a 5-year legal battle, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the government in 1911. The court's decision mandated the breakup of Standard Oil into 34 separate companies. Some of these companies are still major players in today's oil industry, such as ExxonMobil and Chevron. However, the breakup of Standard Oil did not spell the end of Rockefeller's influence. In fact, Rockefeller, who had diversified his investments, actually saw his wealth increase after the breakup. His fortune continued to grow as the separate companies, each carrying a portion of the original Standard Oil's power, thrived independently. Despite the controversies, Rockefeller's influence on the American economy remained. His story serves as a testament to the complex interplay between business, power, and regulation in the shaping of America's economic landscape. Beyond his business empire, Rockefeller was also a philanthropist. His wealth, amassed through the oil industry, would fuel a legacy of giving that continues to resonate today. John D. Rockefeller believed in the power of education, health, and scientific research as tools for societal advancement. His philanthropic endeavors were not mere acts of charity, they were strategic investments into the future of society. He gave away more than $500 million during his lifetime, a sum that was staggering for his time and still impresses today. One of the most significant contributions was to the field of education. He was instrumental in the founding of 2 major American institutions, the University of Chicago and the Spelman College in Atlanta, an institution dedicated to the education of African American women, named after his wife, Laura Spelman Rockefeller. In the sphere of health, Rockefeller's contributions were transformative. He funded the creation of the Rockefeller Institute for Medical Research, now known as Rockefeller University. This institution became a leading force in biomedical research, birthing breakthroughs in understanding diseases and pioneering new treatments. Rockefeller also believed in the power of scientific research. His funding led to the establishment of the Brookhaven National Laboratory, a multidisciplinary research institution that has since been at the forefront of discoveries in physics, chemistry, biology, and environmental science. But perhaps his most enduring legacy in philanthropy is the Rockefeller Foundation, created in 1914. This organization continues his mission of promoting the well-being of humanity around the world. With a focus on health, food, power, jobs, and cities, The foundation has been a key player in addressing global challenges, from eradicating diseases to advancing sustainable development. Rockefeller's approach to philanthropy was strategic, systematic, and visionary. He viewed wealth not as an end in itself, but as a means to effect positive change. And that perspective has shaped the course of American philanthropy, inspiring future generations of philanthropists. Rockefeller's wealth made a significant impact not only on the American economy, but also on societal advancements. His life serves as a testament to the power of strategic philanthropy in shaping the world for the better. So, who was John D. Rockefeller truly? A man of paradoxes, certainly. He was a business titan whose relentless pursuit of success birthed Standard Oil, a behemoth that reshaped the American economy. Yet his business practices were often mired in controversy, and his name became synonymous with the ruthless monopolies of the era. Rockefeller was not just a businessman, though. He was a philanthropist who believed in the power of giving. His immense wealth funded countless schools, hospitals, and research institutions, profoundly shaping the landscape of American philanthropy. His legacy is one of duality. On one hand, he stands as a symbol of the brutal capitalism of the Gilded Age. On the other, he is remembered for his generous spirit and the transformative impact of his philanthropy. In the end, whether you view him as a ruthless monopolist or a benevolent philanthropist, one thing is certain. John D. Rockefeller, a man of humble beginnings, changed the world and left a legacy that still resonates today.